Hey guys, welcome to my Wednesday live. And today we're going to do something a little different. I decided it is my third anniversary coming up of YouTube. So Friday is my anniversary. And I thought as we're leading up to 3 years on YouTube, I would do a live Q&A. So guys, as you guys are jumping on, definitely say hello. And let's just chat about some things and talk about, whatever questions you guys may have. I like to do this every once in a while. I know that when I first kicked off doing lives, I did like a live Q&A at that point. So as you guys are jumping on, definitely say hello. And let's see. Lori, hello. Lori says, happy anniversary. And hello to everyone. Hello. Looks like we have on already. We have Tracy, we have Nancy, we have Kelly, Amanda. Hello, guys. We have West Coast Contessa. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. And it looks like Tracy says, happy anniversary. Thanks, guys. Hello. Hi, Stephanie. Hey, Kim. Hello from Northern. Oh my gosh, you guys. And that's another hello from New Jersey. Congrats. Good morning. Hello. Thank you. Happy anniversary. Thanks, guys. Yes. So I cannot honestly believe, you guys, that it's been 3 years. I look back, I'm like, I feel like it just started. I'm putting together a video for Friday because it is my 3-year anniversary. It actually falls on the day that I actually did my very first video. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to kind of do a recap of everything. So for those of you that are new to following me, it will be a great time to catch up and just see like right from the very beginning. And as I was like looking at a lot of the videos and the takes, I'm like, oh my Lord, I can't even believe I was doing things like the way I was, but that's okay. And even now, I think I probably am going to be changing some stuff on my videos. So, like I talked about on my YouTube or on my podcast, that, things are ever changing in a business. So even my lives, I think, are going to be changing in the near future. Currently, I'm doing a lot of like upcycles on the lives. And with me trying to get ready for Antique Acres, I was actually going to bring you guys outside and possibly like, in my, as we flip some furniture pieces. But guess what? We have, I don't even know how many inches of snow we actually did receive, but there's a whole lot of snow. Prior to the snow falling, I could see grass starting to turn green. I could see my plants popping up, and now it's just a bunch of white stuff. So not very happy about that. But I'm sure that once it gets warmer, we're going to be heading outside. You'll have to deal with probably a little bit of noise just from like kids in the neighborhood and things like that. But you know what? That's okay. So let's see here. Hello. Thank you for joining. Hey, Joan. It is snowy. That is for sure. Lucky snow day, right? We have Melissa. Hello. Kim, happy 3rd. Claudia, hello. Don't worry, the weather will turn. It better. Lynn, thank you. So, yes. So I was not expecting this, you guys. Like, I honestly, when we were told by the weatherman that the snow was going to happen, I'm like, it ain't happening. There is no way, because the weathermen are always wrong in our area. Love Pete Petoniak, but I could have his job. Well, today the weather, I think it's going to snow. It's going to be like Snowmageddon, and then nothing happens. We get like a couple flakes. So I'm joking. I love Pete, but that's kind of how it is. And so my husband said, we just put away the snowblower, like packed it away. He has everything rearranged in the garage. And he's like, should I get the snowblower out? And I'm like, really, Craig? It is not going to snow that much. There's no reason. So then today when he went outside, the snow is really heavy, you guys. With heavy snow, many things, like a lot of people will have heart attacks because they're too old and they're not used to lifting the heavy stuff. Anyways, so he walks in and he's like, yeah, you told me not to get that snowblower out, and now look what happened. I'm like, I knew it. I should have just said, yes, take it out. And then he would have said, why did you tell me to take the snowblower out? But anyway, let's see here. All right. We have a dusting here in Central Illinois. Congrats to you. Thank you. Hello from Lake Mills, Wisconsin. Congrats on it. Thanks, guys. It's awesome having a 3-year anniversary. Thank you, Emily. Happy today. Sun Prairie. I was like, what? It's sunny there? I saw sun, and right away, look where my mind went. Nope, she's in Sun Prairie. Thankfully, here in Kenosha, we got no snow. Yes, they did say that the storm was going to sit on us for 2 days. Let's hope it is snowing again. So it briefly stopped and looks like it's now snowing again. All right. I wasn't surprised to see all the snow. West of us got it really bad last night. Ours is starting now. Okay. Thanks, Andrea. So I won't say what our temp is for today, LOL. Please don't. So, all right, you guys, what questions do you have for me? Or do you have any questions that you've been dying to ask me and that haven't prepared for? So there might be some nervous laughing going on, just joking, but really, let's start with some questions. I love answering questions. And if you guys haven't already, I will be kicking off my 4th episode of my podcast. So it's my 4th one of Getting to Know Me. And it was how I eventually left my daytime job, my full-time job. So many of you, if you've been following me for a while, you'll know that it was a surprise when you found out I was working a full-time job and managing my small business. And that anniversary is coming up in May. So I talked about that on my podcast and how I finally had the courage and I took a leap of faith and how it all transpired. So that's what tomorrow's podcast is about. Let's see. Andrea says it's sunny and warm in North Carolina. Kelly says, did you ever think you would have this many people watching you? I didn't. You guys, I didn't ever think that because like I remember it was like now been 2 years that I've been going live and I set a date and I'm like, I work very well when I give myself dates that I have to commit by and just do something. So I remember I don't even remember the exact day. It was in June. I remember I'm like, okay, this is the day I'm going live and I'm going to start going live once a week. And I did. I just started going live once a week. And the first live, I remember like it took me, I prepared for that first live 4 hours. And I thought, what if nobody shows up? What if nobody is showing up for my live? And you guys all showed up and you've been showing up ever since. So I feel so blessed to have a great group of you always on my lives, whether you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube. And, but just like kind of like I did with YouTube, just hit the record button, just hit the go live button and you can do it. It made me feel like a little nauseous, but I did it. And I was stumbling over my words on that first live. And some days I still stumble over my words. So let's see. Have you ever dissatisfied customers? And if so, how do you handle it? Have I ever dissatisfied? Well, some people probably don't tell me that they're dissatisfied with me. But I recently had a customer that wasn't happy with, she said one of the products that I sent her was not, she felt like it wasn't up to par. And we worked together and I made everything right. So I have a very long background in customer service and sales. And I always try to think that the customer is right. If, there's always circumstances for everything. So that was one of the times. I don't think that I really try to do the best I can for you guys. So I hope you guys aren't dissatisfied with me ever. But I'm sure that there's, people get upset over different things, but I always try to, when I get your orders, I get them out right away. I try to package them right away. And if like something happens, I always, like I said, try to make it right. So all right. Loving your podcast. Thank you. What has been your favorite project? Ooh, my favorite project that I ever did, and I have a video on it, is when I know I joke about me not being a very good blender because I'm not, you guys. I'm still learning. I would love to eventually be an amazing blender of DIY paint. But the very first time I blended my own buffet and I love it. It's in my living room. It's got the colors I used were bohemian blue, farm fresh, and mint chip. I blended those three colors and I just added a lot of dimension. And then I brought it outside after I was finished with the blending and I distressed it. And when I showed it, I got tons of people loved it. Some people thought I distressed it too much, but it's mine and it's what I wanted. So I love it. And that has been by far, I think, one of my favorite projects because I get to see it every single day. And it was a buffet that, you guys, I ended up finding my grandma Judy. She actually knew a gal. I was moving out for the very first time. And I needed some stuff. And this gal had an antique table and chairs and buffet. And so the buffet has been with me since I was like in my 20s. And I have had it. But it was always like a dark buffet. And then my son wanted a bunch of turtles. We had the turtle cage on top of the buffet, even though I had it completely protected. It just got like splashes of water damage on it. So I completely restored the top and it just turned out amazing. So that I think has been one of my favorite projects. Let's see, what was your full-time job? My full-time job, I worked at a company here in the area that deals with safety supplies. So they work with all the big trucking companies. So anybody that, all the truckers that you see out on the highway, there's big companies behind those truckers. And I had a set of accounts or trucking companies that I would work with. And so I would work with all the safety directors and I would try to make sure that those truck drivers were safe on the road and provide them with all these different safety supplies. And that was one of the hardest reasons, or one of the hardest decisions to leave my job, is that I was there for 16 years. And I had like the best relationships with these safety directors, you guys. They were like my friends. And we would talk sometimes like weekly, sometimes daily. And then all of a sudden, like after 16 years, to be like cut off, like I said my goodbyes. Some of them I couldn't reach at the very end. And then they reached out to me on Facebook, like, what? You're gone? Where are you? And but that was probably the hardest part because many of them, I was invited to weddings. I was invited, they sent me Christmas cards, you guys. They really liked me a lot. So that was what I did for 16 years. I worked in, so it was like a customer service sales position with those companies. And it was so fun. I really liked it. I know everything about trucking. So if you guys ever need to know anything. Let's see here. Need to catch up on those, but love the ones I watch. If you haven't watched the podcast, you're missing out. Yep, it is like I go into like all kinds of stuff about me, you guys. Was it hard for you to take the step to start YouTube? Yes. So actually on my last week's podcast, I talk about that. And yes, it was hard to finally hit that record button. It was scary. Like, what am I going to say? And there was just so many, what if it, what if there was what ifs, and then even hitting that record button the first time, I had to finally say to myself, you're not live, Sonnet. You're just recording yourself. Nobody's going to see this video. So no matter what you say, it's okay. Just like blabber about something. And that is what I finally did. I just hit that record button and I just started practicing. And finally, when I decided to go and launch my YouTube, I felt prepared enough. But as I'm looking back at those original videos, I'm like, oh boy, I could tell. Like, I'm like, hello, how's it going? And, I didn't know what to say half the time. But it would, I'm glad that I finally did it. How are stairs going for you today after the squats yesterday? I woke up and my legs were sore, and I was pleasantly surprised that the gym had canceled all classes, so I didn't have to go. A bonus to the snow. Yes, podcasts are my new fave. Yes. So tomorrow at 7 a.m., my next podcast will be out. Okay, Sonnet, here's my question. Ever come down my way in Madison? We should get together. Oh, I'd love to. I have been to Madison several times, but what I want to eventually do is start like going to different areas. Like when I want to bring back my Thrifting Thursday. Many have asked, like, where did your Thrifting Thursdays go? And I have been trying to do a lot. So between updating my website, launching my podcast, launching my subscription box, and then coordinating and getting all the details for my October event going, and then just maintaining everything else, Thrifting Thursdays kind of got pushed to the wayside, guys. But yes, I would love to head down towards the Madison area, and then I would definitely let you guys know I'm heading down wherever. And anyone in the area, I would love to, like, it'd be kind of fun. Like, pick a coffee shop, meet, have coffee, or lunch or what have you. So that might be something fun. So yes, I will definitely let you know. All right. Hello. Congrats on the 3 years. Thank you. I have a hard time putting myself out there to sell products that I have made. What is your advice? Well, actually, I think a lot of people have a hard time with it because especially like doing shows, you guys, that is when you really hear what people think, because they don't realize that you standing there are the owner of this event or this booth at the event. And then you really hear like, oh, take a picture. We can make it ourselves. And do you have your tape measure? I'm going to measure all the details. Well, they don't realize, like, I don't care if you take a photo. I don't care if you measure. There's no need for that. And sometimes people will say, like, oh, why would they paint it that color? I don't like that color. Well, you don't like that color, but somebody else will love that color. So you just have to remember that you will have people that may not like it, but then you'll have people that love it. And it's hard to realize that, like, sometimes the negative comments stand out above the positives, but there's far more positives, you guys. So you should just go all in. My mom says it's beautiful. I've seen it in person. Love it too. What's beautiful? I'm trying to think what. Let's see here. Hi, Sonnet. I really enjoy your podcast. Actually, I love everything you do. Well, thank you. Good morning, everyone from Florida. Thank you. Thank you. I like that you have set specific times when you go live. So I always know most of the times when other people go live on the spur of a moment, I miss it because I don't see the notice. Yes. And that's what I'm trying to do. Have like consistent times for things. It really just helps me with my own schedule too. And, yes, so that people ask how much I accomplish so much. I really try to stick to a real strict schedule about things that I do. So I work out, I do this, like every day. So it just helps me stay more organized. You make so many beautiful pieces. What do you draw your inspiration from? Well, it's funny because I love Pinterest, you guys. I go out, and before I go to bed in the evening, many nights I will just do a Pinterest scroll. Oh gosh, the lights are flickering, you guys. So I hope many people are without power. I hope we do not lose power. If we do, I don't know what's going to happen. Well, I will. You're on my phone, so that still has power. We might still be here. It just will be really dark in here. But yeah, so what I do is I'll do a Pinterest scroll, and if I see stuff, I will take note of it. Or one of my favorite things to do is when I'm getting ready for a video and I'm like, oh gosh, what am I going to do? I don't feel inspired. I just don't know what I want to do this week. I actually go and I have quite the inventory of items that I have thrifted. And I just start looking at all the items, and I stand there and I'm trying to be inspired by one item. And I'll look at something that I've had for a while and I'll say, oh, I know what I can do with that. And I grab that, and then I'm like, okay, so what other pieces can I pull that will go with a vignette for this item? And then I just go in and I just start grabbing items. And that's how all my videos really start. I just look at either my inventory of items that I've thrifted, or I also will look at a new supply and a new transfer that I've gotten. And I'm thinking, how do I want to use it? What items do I have to use with it? So those are the two ways that I get really a lot of inspiration. And I did my very first interview yesterday with Kristen, and we talked about that on the podcast. So my first interview went really great, guys. All right. Is there an element of your business that you don't enjoy that you might consider a little tedious? Yes. Taxes. That side of stuff, anything to do with the money aspect, I hate. I hate it. Okay. So I shouldn't say all money things. I obviously know if I am losing money on something, or that type of thing. What I mean is the back end stuff. I don't like keeping track of. I want somebody to do that for me. I don't enjoy taxes and tax season or anything to do with that. Or all my receipts and just dealing with all that junk. That is what makes me ill. It makes me oh, that is not part of me being a creative person. I'm very capable of doing math, and if I had to do it, would I? But no. But it's okay, I'm giving that to somebody else to do. that is the worst part of my entire dealing with a business. The second part, I realized that you have to be social. You have to be on Facebook daily, not just on lives but you have to show up for your audience. And not that it's just some days I am doing all the things, and then I'm I gotta show up in social, and then I have to stop. And so now what I have been doing is I've been creating a content calendar and coming up with ideas ahead of time so that I'm not scrambling to show up for you guys, and that I can be inspirational to you. I feel when I'm scrambling, I can't. And so that's something too. All right, let's see here. I've loved you from the start. Oh, thank you. What are your plans for the next year or two for your business? Well, wow. I guess long term, well, I want to get my subscription box up and running. I just want to keep growing as a content creator. I want to definitely change up my videos a little bit. Going back to when I did have a storefront, there's always that little itch of wanting one. And last night in our membership group, one of the gals was offered a business to buy. And then I said, wow, I would never want to do that again. And then it got me thinking after I got off the call, I'm well, would I want it? I don't know, maybe. So I don't know. So that might be something possibly futuristic. I would love for a place where I could interact like face to face with my viewers. Like you can come visit me. But it would probably be more of like limited days or hours or whatever. But something maybe in the future. All right. I can't wait for the October event. I'm coming from Louisville to enjoy every minute of crafty goodness. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I am working out the final details and I am creating the page for it and setting that all up. Meeting with my IT gal today after this, and we're going to go over all the nitty gritty details. So I'm excited you'll be there too. Thanks. Since this is now your job, what do you do for fun? Well, I still create for fun. And actually, every single minute I'm doing this is fun for me. And that's what makes it so awesome, you guys. But beyond this, when I like cut off like my business or like turn it off at the end of the day, so on the weekends, I go up north and we have a cabin in northern Wisconsin. And so we do a lot of boating, fishing, just enjoy everything that the North Woods of Wisconsin has to offer. We love going with our best friends for Sunday fun days. We love going around, checking out all the different Bloody Marys in the area. That's just kind of a joke. Like, do you guys want to do a Bloody Mary Sunday? Yeah, let's check it out. And then my kids, they're involved in so many different sporting activities. So we're always doing those fun things. But yes, that's just enjoying time with my family and friends too. Oh, my buffet. Okay, Mom, now I got it. She had said she saw it and it's beautiful. So yes, thank you. Good morning from upstate New York. Thanks for joining. I try not to plan anything when you have a live. Oh yeah. All right. We lost power on and off all night. So we just plugged in our generator to be safe. And it's funny. I just saw another creator say, everybody should have a generator. And I'm like, after like it's been flickering and everybody's been without power, I'm thinking that might be a true statement. Raining here on Drummond Island. Happy 3-year anniversary. What type of price tags do you recommend when selling art projects? Stickers or a string attached or both? So, I don't know if I have any in here. What I did, I created a square business card and I don't have any. I don't know why. I normally have them like everywhere. But anyways, I have a square little business card and it has a picture of me because, people should be able to associate a face with your name. Then my business name, where they can find me. Something that I want to add in the future is a QR code leading them back to whether it be YouTube or my Facebook page or my website. But yes, I punch a hole in it and then that's what I attach to all my items. And then they have it. So that's definitely what I'd recommend. Oh, well, thank you, Mom. See, she's my mom, my biggest fan. Love her. Hi, Sonnet and ladies. Hello, hello. I have my own booth space and I've been in there about 7 years. Wow, congrats. Any suggestions on what works best for you to draw customers into your booth? What I would recommend with booth space is I am guilty of not changing up my vignettes or changing things up as often because I'm now busy with other aspects of my business. But one thing is I do recommend moving things around and, having, like getting out, like I said, getting out on social, letting them know that you're there. I hear so often, like, if you have a vendor booth in a space that not you, but like people think that that vendor or that owner of that space should be doing all your advertising. And that's not true. You need to advertise. Like every single vendor booth owner in that, in that place needs to be doing their own advertising and also showcase some of the other people in that location, because maybe something in another booth will spark somebody's idea, like spark like an interest, and they'll come for that. And then they'll buy stuff from everyone and even you. So I try to do that. I try to go around every once in a while and do like mini video clips and take photos, you guys, of your booths so that people know what's in there, because you think like everybody knows, but they really don't. So that's what a couple suggestions. Not specifically asking about your booths, but do you find that fellow booth owners are seeing a decrease in sales or traffic due to the downturn in the economy? I would have to say that yes, I can definitely tell that customers are a little bit more picky about what they're purchasing. And I think once the economy takes a turn and things, the election is over, people might be more apt to be more spendy. So yes, I do agree. And I think furniture sales have gone down from what I hear across the board. Furniture sales used to be a lot higher. And so maybe that too has something to do with it. I'm not sure. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining. Looks like, hi, Emily. Good morning from windy Minnesota. Now living in Austin, Texas. Okay. I don't know what wood. I think that says wood. Hello, everyone. Congrats on it on 3 years. And this we have loved every minute of it. Or yes, we have loved every minute of it. Awesome. How many people do you have on your team? Me. No, I do have, I now have an IT gal that I can consider her part of my team. And when things happen, she is there for me. So for a prime example, you guys, is I noticed yesterday that I had orders started in my website and they were in like carts were full, but they never checked out. And at first I'm like, well, maybe they just didn't check out. Well, then I messaged her and I said, can we test? Is there a way I can test something to see if everything is okay? Just because I'm being paranoid. And literally I sent her that message or that text message, and instantly I had received an email saying that there's something wrong. And I'm like, that they couldn't check out. I was like, I knew it. I just knew it. And so I text her back and she's like, okay, let's get on a Zoom call. We figured it out. It was something super simple. But like when glitches like that happen, it's so nice to have somebody like that. I now have a helper helping me edit my podcasts. So that too has taken a load off of my plate. So really I have 2 people helping me at this point. I am looking for like an assistant, and I have a couple people that I am talking to and hoping that one of them will definitely help, because as I launch my subscription box, I am going to definitely need help with that. So, but right now it's basically me. I do everything except like the podcast piece of it and the IT, which I can do the IT, but do I want to? Oh no, that's another task I don't want to do. Taxes, and I don't want to deal with like any IT issues. Okay, it looks like, hey, Penny, hello. Everybody's saying hi to each other. I love it that you guys are all friends now. Oh, hi, everyone. I missed you all. We missed you too. Catching you live. Hey, Debbie. Debbie is going to be at my October event, everyone. So if you don't already, head on over and give her a follow on Facebook. Oh my gosh, she's super talented. She's going to teach us, like when I talk about, I probably should take her class on how to blend, because that's what she's going to be teaching, how to blend DIY paint. And every person attending will learn. So thank you for joining, Debbie. All right. Oh, I love your business cards. Thank you. I'm doing better. Oh, well, good. We're glad you're doing better, Stephanie. What formula do you use to price your DIYs? So the formula for the DIYs, or like for my upcycles, is I always try to do like the top, like if I buy an item, I for sure want to make sure if I sell the item as is, can I get at least 3 times the amount if I would just sell it as is? And that's going to really determine if I purchase it. And then from there, like my DIYs, it's my time, the materials, everything. And then I calculate it all out. So I want to make sure I'm getting enough. I'm covering those things and my time. And where people don't realize that your time is money, you're taking time to create your DIYs. So you have to put a dollar amount on that. And it's hard because I think a lot of creators don't think that, or they don't think that they're valuable, but you are. So you have to take a step back and realize, like, what do I want to get paid per hour for doing something I love? So, all right. Is your room you are in your dining room? No. This is actually, this is like a spare room in our home, and it leads out. It has French doors that lead out to our Four Seasons porch. And I have converted this room, which now is a total mess. And last weekend I wanted to clean it. I did not get that far. So I actually have our old table here. I have it on like risers, so it's nice and high. And I have all my paints and all the products that I ship. This is like my shipping area. So when I started expanding my lines of product, my husband's like, you need a designated area to ship. You are a hot mess. I'm like, yes, you're right, I am. And where he works, he deals with a lot of shipping. And so he's like, this is what you need to do. And I got it all organized. Even though like right now, this stuff does not look that organized, but it is. I'm fairly I'm semi-organized. Okay, let's be honest, semi-organized. Hello from Germany. Woohoo! Thanks for joining. Hello from Vermont. We are preparing for a big storm. Oh, gosh, I hope it's not bad. A lot of trees went down here, and we've been I'm not without power yet. I mean, but there's flickering, which is making me nervous. Okay, I don't know what that means, but from Virginia, you're doing so much and doing it well. Love watching and listening to you. Great information. Thank you. All right, and then thanks for the advice. You're welcome. All right, are you getting to craft? Yes, I get to craft. Actually, like on my videos that I'm doing, that is me doing what I love. Like when I'm creating, I don't know. My husband's like in the morning, have fun crafting and creating today. I'm like, okay, bye. But yeah, I enjoy this so much. It does not feel like a job, you guys. And that's what makes me so happy. So, all right. Okay, let's see. Good morning from North Carolina. Hello. Let's see. I'm glad you got it fixed. I was trying to be patient and not bother you when I couldn't pay. Oh, I wish you would have bothered me. Maybe I would have. I don't know when you were trying to do it, but I literally was like, when that happened. And then when I did my dummy, or I tried to do a dummy order, and that's when I found out it was really broke. And then I got really scared because I'm like, how long has it been broken? What's going on? You know? Yes, I lost the items in my cart, but don't worry, I'll get them back. Okay, good. So let's see here. Debbie says, you are superhuman. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I don't know, maybe. I'm super excited. Debbie is showing, coming, not just showing up, but coming. She is from Washington. I cannot remember. Spokane, I think, maybe. Am I right? Spokane? I hope so. But I'm excited to have her. And so we're going to learn all the things. Let's see here. Hi from snowy La Crosse. Oh gosh, I know this can all melt. I hope it warms up and it's gone in a day. We have a local booth store, and the owner does Facebook Lives every couple of days showing off everything new and most all booths, and it helps her sales a lot. A very small town. That's great. I love that. And I think I'm not saying that they shouldn't do anything. I think that's amazing that they're doing that. But a lot of booth owners think that they don't need a Facebook and they don't need to do any advertising. But you are a small business, even just as a booth owner, and you should be doing more for yourself. You should be getting out there and like trying to have people discover you to come see you. So it's amazing. Like, Facebook coverage, can get you anywhere. And so somebody sees something in your booth that they love, some people will travel to your booth to get it. So keep that in mind. All right. Sonnet, do we have to subscribe for the Maker Box or can I buy as I wish? Okay, so a couple things about the Maker Box. What I discovered, I sent out a confirmation email to everybody that was on the wait list. If you did not receive the confirmation email, check your spam. So I mentioned it on something that I sent it, and I received quite a few comments that they found it in their spam. So I also include it now, like when you sign up, that you'll receive a confirmation email and to check the spam just to kind of make it be proactive. You don't have to do the subscription, but then you're not guaranteed a box the following month. So how it works is if you have it signed up in your month, it automatically comes out. You will. Like if the boxes are available, then yes, you will have it available. So I don't want, like, if I have, let's say there's like 100 subscribers and then the next month there's 100 subscribers, like if it's a set amount of boxes every month, I'm wanting to grow it, but I'm just saying, like, if there's X amount of boxes a month and they're already filled and I don't, like even the new ones that I open and they go right away, there's just not a guarantee. That's all I'm saying. But I'm sure, yes, you can definitely do that. So I hope that makes sense. I just don't want to say, yes, you can. And then all of a sudden it's not available and then you get sad. So Brenda says, happy anniversary. I must say you are a jack of all trades, master of all of them. Okay. Well, at least I'm a master of all of them instead of a master of none, right? One thing I just tried to do as I was starting my business is I tried to become good at one thing. Like when I got on YouTube, I wanted to be good at it, or what I felt was like good at it, where I felt like I knew what I was doing before I tackled the next thing. And that's what I've always done, is I try to become extremely knowledgeable about what I'm doing before I move on to adding anything more to my plate. Let's see here. Good morning. Oh, hello. Thank you. All right. Has there been anything you tried with your channel booth business that just didn't work at all? Yes. So I tried to incorporate my love of gardening into into my YouTube, and then even into like when we had our storefront. I actually tried to like bring in plants and almost like seasonal plants that people could purchase. And it kind of was that was kind of a flop because I had to invest in the plants. And like, for instance, hanging baskets. I did some hanging baskets, and I'm not known as any type of nursery or anything. And so that didn't go over very well down there. When I did some videos on like curb appeal and color combinations, creating containers, that didn't go over very well either. So I realized pretty quick that I'm going to do a couple of videos where I bring you guys, probably like give you a tour of the yard and things, but it won't be, I will never like incorporate that totally in here. I figure it would probably have to be on like a separate channel. And I don't know if I'm wanting to ever create a second channel, because really like my love of what I do is everything is on this channel. All right. Hey, everyone. Was viewing on the TV. Just wanted to say I'm watching Love the Wednesday live. Thank you. Yeah, I just thought let's do something a little different, in celebration. I've been around for 3 years now. So, right. Did you do anything specific to help grow your channel? No. Well, I don't know what I did. Like when I on last week's podcast, I spoke about it, that after 6 weeks, my 6th video, got pushed out to the algorithm. And I remember that day because all of a sudden I was like getting like tons of notifications, and like the viewer count was going up, and I was like, what's going on? I don't know what the perfect thing was, but when you're doing your videos, you just want to always have a good thumbnail. You want a good title. You want it like your thumbnail to be eye-catching, your title. You want a good description, you want your keywords. So there's a lot of stuff that goes into it that you definitely want to try to make it all work together. But I grew from like, I think I only had 100 subscribers, and then I went over 1,000 that day. And so it was just crazy. And then actually on my one podcast, when I was talking about the growth, I said after a year I was at 5,000, but after a year I was actually at 10,000. So what happened was then I had a secondary video, and that pushed me again. I looked at the videos. I could never figure out why those videos got like shot to the universe. And then that's when I grew. And then I was progressively all my videos were getting lots of traction after that. So on my 1-year anniversary, very close to my 1-year anniversary, I should say, I had like close to 10,000. So I was, on my podcast, I was talking, like when I hit 1,000, I thought I was famous, you guys. My daughter, though, put me in my place and said that no, I would not be famous unless I at least had 10K. So then when I hit 10K, I'm like, now am I famous? And she's like, no. Now you have to hit 100, which I still haven't done. So I guess I'm not famous yet, you guys. So let's see here. I know you've talked about it. Some, but what is your October event? Okay, so my October event is October. Oh, here, I have it in front of me. I have my calendar, you guys. October 3rd. Let me just double check. 3rd, 4th, and 5th. It's a 3-day event. It is going to coincide with the Vintage Shop Hop. So there's going to be 2 parts to my event. There is a big, beautiful barn, and inside the barn, I am going to have like 9 to 10 vendors inside the barn. And that is going to be with the Vintage Shop Hop. And so the vendor, like I will have a whole display in there as well. And then there's going to be a secondary portion. And this is where I've invited a bunch of creatives to come to the event and help teach different classes. So the 3rd, which is Thursday, will be a VIP ticket where you will get early bird shopping to the event. So you'll get to shop before anyone else. And there are some amazing vendors, just so you guys know. And then we will be doing like a barn quilt workshop. We'll have some like hors d'oeuvres. I'll have like some drinks and hors d'oeuvres. And then you'll be able to mingle with all the creatives that are attending. So that will be the VIP night. And then the Friday and Saturday will be a series of classes. So Debbie, for instance, is going to teach how to blend DIY paint. You're going to learn different techniques. All the supplies are there and provided. You'll have a swag bag. So yes, it's like a 2-day event, and it will all be coming out with what we're teaching and what we're going to show you. But I think, you're going to be able to do the barn quilt workshop with me on Thursday night. And then I'll be teaching a class on paint inlays. So you're going to be able to do hands-on with me there. We're going to do it all together. So I think that's kind of in their project. So it'll be fun. And I will have all the details. Like I said, I'm meeting with my IT gal. We're going to create a page for it. I'm going to showcase all the creatives on the page. All the creatives are going to be on my podcast. I definitely want to do an interview with each and every one. So you guys get to know who's going to be there. So it'll be good. And all the details, like how to buy a ticket and things like that, will be out there. All right, let's see here. You must have more snow and heavier than we got if you're losing trees. Yes. So trees are snapping. My dad actually my mom called this morning and said, did you lose any trees? And I'm like, I haven't even been outside. So I don't know, maybe in our backyard. I'll have to check when I'm done with all of this. Debbie says Spokane. Yeah, so she's from Spokane, Washington, and she's coming here to Wisconsin, you guys. We're going to have to give her a huge warm welcome, right? I have never listened or watched a podcast in my life and tell you I don't know if I would enjoy anybody else, but I really enjoy yours. Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, so I'm on YouTube with a video podcast, and then I'm also on Apple Podcast and Spotify. So yes, on both. You definitely have the best personality and work ethic for this business. Your kids are really gaining a big education from you and this business, seeing your success and a variety of offerings. Oh, well, thank you. I hope so. Like, there are moments that, like I'll ask my daughter is so involved in her sports, though. So, but I'll be like, can you help me? And she's like, oh, no. But I think she appreciates it, and I hope that she eventually, I'm sure. Yeah, I agree. I got it, and it was in my spam. Okay, so Kim says she got the email, but it was in her spam. So now I added a little verbiage. Once you sign up, check your spam. So I was not realizing that was happening. So about, like I said, half the people that I sent the confirmation email out to did not receive it for the Maker's Box. And if you guys did not hear, if you are on the wait list, anybody on the wait list, I am opening up the Maker's Box one day early. So on the 27th, which actually I looked today, I'm like, could I have picked a worse day? It is Memorial Day. So on Memorial Day, you guys, which is the 27th, which I did not, I like laid out my calendar here of when I was going to do everything. And because I want to have my cart open for 5 days, and I want to close it on that 5th day at midnight. And so I kind of worked backwards, and I put a sticky on the day, and I never thought about, what day it was. So on Memorial Day, everyone that is on the wait list will receive a notification, or will receive an email. And on the email, it will have a link where you can go directly in and purchase the subscription box. So you'll get first dibs. And let's see here. I received my confirmation in my regular email, not spam. And Kelly, maybe because you've ordered from me in the past, but I'm glad to hear that. So maybe half of them showed up regular, the other half didn't. I don't know. What email address was the MakerBox confirmation coming from? It would come from my email, which is info@sonnetsgardenblooms.com. All right. I loved what you did with the new bug mold. I have been using the molds to embellish letters. People seem to love them. I will definitely use those bugs for that. Those would be awesome for a boys' room. Yes, I agree. I love the bugs. I thought they were so cool, but some people were like, I hate bugs, but they're so fun and you can do so many cool things. I am actually, I have a wall where I have all different like photos and things. I'm going to create one and I'm going to put it in like my focal wall. And I think it'll look really, really cool. So Anne thinks I need a gardening YouTube. I don't know if I'll build a jug of gardening YouTube. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. Oh, my nervous laugh when like an idea is tossed out that I would maybe consider, but it would be adding a lot more to my plate. So at this point, probably not, but I would love to do something like that. Oh, Joanne, I'm sorry. She says her area doesn't have any vendor booths. I just love vendor booths. I just do. Kelly says, don't forget the thumbs up. I think you have a golden four-leaf clover in your pocket. Everything you tackle becomes a wonderful success. It's exciting watching your achievements come to life. Oh, well, thank you. If my brother's watching this, he's going to die laughing, but I'm going to tell you. So I had to give blood the other day. And so she's like, which arm? And this is kind of about the golden four-leaf clover, but So I go, well, I think this arm was pretty good. And, and so she like puts that thing around and I squeeze a little, and then she's sitting there and she's rubbing, and then she's looking and she's like, do you realize that right here, and I don't know if this is true, this is what this nurse is telling me, everybody has a horseshoe like right here in their vein. I have felt it before, but I've never actually seen somebody's horseshoe. I almost died laughing, and I'm like, I look and like you could clearly see the horseshoe, like my vein was total. I mean, yeah, it was really popping out. So then I told my brother, I'm like, yeah, I found my horseshoe. It's right there, Brandon. But it was, and my brother's like, of course you have a horseshoe sonnet. He's like in competition with me sometimes, but we have a really good brother sister relationship. So always joke around with each other. But he's like, oh my gosh. So then he's like, Sonnet's going to tell you guys about her horseshoe. I'm like, I think it's a cute story. But all right. Hi, Sonnet. Congrats. Thank you. You're famous here in Spokane. So that's that. Oh, or there's that. Awesome. Thank you. Let's see here. I've gained weight. Oh, she's gained weight. Oh, that's good. Up to 91 pounds. I'm glad to hear that. All right. All right. Everybody's hoping you get better soon, Stephanie. All right. Let's see here. I would love to come to your event in October. I would love to have you, Andrea. That would be awesome. Let's see here. Let's see. Up to at our cabins in the North Woods, there is over a foot of snow. Oh, good to know, Mom. Glad we're not up there. I've been a follower for about a year. I also follow Jamie and Zeb and Yvonne from Ginger Chick Rehab. Awesome. Let's see here. What do you do as a creative team member for Royce Cycled? So what I do for the creative team for Royce, Royce and Lexi reached out to me about a year ago. I still remember I was at my daughter's softball game and email popped in, and I looked down and it said Lexi Grenzer, and it said, yep, Royce and I, we know you're super busy, but we'd love to have you be part of our creative team. And, something to that effect. And then let us know what your thoughts are. And so here I'm like, I don't even know what this creative team is, but oh my gosh, I would love to be with, and do something with Lexi and Royce. I love them. And I emailed back and we went back and forth. And then I found out what the creative team is that before the release, they send out papers for the release, and then you get to create with it, and you create a project or projects. So my video 2 weeks ago with all the papers was part of the creative team, was a video for the creative team. So I just was so excited to be able to participate in the creative team. And there's so many amazing creators that are part of it. So it was such an honor to be asked. Let's see here. I noticed that it was Memorial Day and wondering if it would change. It's not changing. I have everything set in stone. Well, is it really set in stone? It's got stickies across it. So it's not really set in stone, but a sticky to me is basically set in stone. So, let's see. I live 2 hours southwest of you. I plan to attend your event. What will the cost be? And will there be an opportunity to talk to you about how to get my business off the ground? So there will be a cost. I'm working out those final details. You can either do it 2 ways. I do know this. You can do just the 2-day event, or you can do the 2-day event with the add-on on the VIP day. So you don't have to do the VIP day if you choose not to. So if you just want to attend Friday and Saturday. So I'm working out, that's part of why I haven't released anything yet. We're working out the details of all the different projects because all the cost has to be covered. So that is what we're working out now, but it will be out by the end of May. And then you guys will know all the details. So plus I'm still working on 2 more creators to fill some spots. So I have some ticklers out there, like some, and we're working it out. So doing that. All right, let's see here. What day did you send the confirmation? I sent it on Friday. So remember when I said Friday that I was not going to do anything? And so Friday after, like when I was sitting there after my live on Friday, I decided to create an email and send it out as a confirmation. And I thought that would be a good way so that everybody that already was on the wait list would know. So it was probably Friday. I got off of here at noon, probably around 2-ish, I'm thinking. So that's when the confirmation was sent. Okay. All right, let's see here. All right. I have a place that will take consignments. They take 30%. Is that the norm? I don't really deal with a lot. I have never dealt with consignments, but I'm assuming if anybody else does work with consignments, is 30% the norm? I would probably think that might be the norm because I pay my rent. And then on top of my rent, I pay 10% of the sales. So they get 10% of whatever I sell. So that kind of makes, I mean, it sounds like it could be right based on that. So, all right. Do a podcast with your brother. He like sometimes is like a little bit too crass. I'll ask him. It's funny because our son said to Craig, my husband, I think you should do a podcast with Mom. And I'm like, and then he started laughing because, you know, he had to do like 12 or I'm trying to think how many takes he is the man voice on my podcast. And so when he was taping it was just funny because I was standing there. I'm like, okay, I hit, record. And then he started saying what he had to say. And then all of a sudden he like looks at me and he just burst out laughing. And I'm like, come on, this is serious. You should be able to do this on one take. Come on, and then he kept on doing it. And finally he's like, can you just leave the room? You're making me so nervous. I'm like, why am I making you nervous? He's like, because you're standing like right there watching me. I'm like, okay. So I got it all ready for him. He hit the record button and then he did it a couple times. And on his very last take, he did awesome. So I think he would still be really good. So maybe my brother, maybe my husband, we'll see. But we'd probably have to be in, well, we could, yeah, that would be fun. Let's see here. Hi, I'm Lade. Was at the DMV surrendering my CDL. Oh, great idea, Joan. Do a podcast with your brother. Oh, if he's listening, he'll probably be calling me. Her brother sounds cool. Yeah, he is. He's a lot of fun. He is a lot of fun, you guys. I do have to tell you, over the winter, he grew out his beard, and it was like, I kept saying to him, are you going to cut that? It was really scriggly. And he's like, yeah, I will. But his sons are big wrestlers, and they wrestle for their school, Amherst, and the school colors are blue and white. And so he's like, I have to keep it until I know if they make it to state, because if either of the boys make it to state, I have agreed to dye my beard blue. And they made it to state, both of them. And so he ended up dyeing it. He bleached it. My sister-in-law first bleached his beard out, and he sends me a photo, and I'm like, oh my word. And then the next day he bleached it blue. Well, the blue was like it just looked like all the dye congregated here. And then it was all blue, but it was really blue, like by his face. And I'm like, oh, Brandon. So now he cut it all off, and he definitely, he looks cool. Joan, my stuff is at a store and she takes 50%. Oh my word. So 30% is good then, I guess. All right. Oh, I thought you got to help design on the creative team. No, I would love to design on the creative team. How I design is I take the papers and then I create with it. So at first I thought that too, but no, I would love to be able to design too, but no. I love recycled papers. Oh, me too. Liz says you should join her membership when she reopens it again. Yes, it'll be open. September will be the next time. Is Lynn from L&J Goods a possible guest at your event? Possibly. Like I said, I have currently working with 2 people right now, but I don't know where she's actually located, but possibly. She's amazing, you guys. Is Lynn not just amazing? I love everything she creates too. Will you post local Airbnb and hotel info? I will have information on there. I'll have information about where you guys would fly in. If you're flying in, I will have some hotels that are around the surrounding areas for you too. Yes, podcast brother banter. Oh, there would be lots of banter. I would be having a nervous laugh a lot, I'm sure, during this podcast. I would be afraid, like he'd probably bring something up that happened in our childhood or something. Embarrassing stuff is what he'd probably bring up. Oh, good Lord. The area may need a heads up about your event. They are going to be booked solid. Oh, well, I hope so. Oh, I love it. Let's see here. I'm still having trouble with decoupage. I can't get the wrinkles out. I've tried all the brands of sealers and glues and using starter strip. That is one item too that we are tackling at my event. Royce from Recycled Decoupage Paper will be there. And I said, well, she is the guru of decoupage. So she's going to be teaching a class on that. And so maybe that will be like, I'm sure that's going to be part of it, like really how to eliminate the wrinkles. And so, yeah, I will, because her and I are chatting about the project and coming up with that as well. Let's see here. I found my email. Whoop, whoop, hip, hip, hooray. Awesome. I'm glad you guys found it. And I am going to be sending out a little sneak peek of something that could possibly be in the box later today. So be watching for that. So I'm trying to get you guys excited too. All right. Oh yeah. Thank you, Amanda. I'll do that. When does it open up again? September it does. All right. Love Lynn as well. Okay. Let's see. Lynn from L&J's Goods is in New York State. Okay. That's good to know. All right. Hi, all. Couldn't find the email. Well, I'm going to be sending out another email later today or tonight, whenever I finally finish it, with the sneak peek of something that will be in the box. And just be watching for that, you guys. So I don't know how much more excited we could be about these boxes. Oh boy. Good. I'm excited. I'm excited. You guys are excited because I cannot wait. Like, I'm like, every time I get something for the box, I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm getting everything organized and ready because pretty quick packing day is going to start. And I'm just excited because it's going to be, like I said, a little present inside the box. So yeah, very, very excited. My gal pal and I pay rent plus 6% at an antique mall and 8% at a craft mall besides rent. Yeah, that's at one of them I pay 10%, at one of them I pay 8%, and the other one I pay a little bit more for, like, I think the square footage rent, but then there's no percentage taken. Sorry about your name being misspelled. This phone does not want to say your name correctly. So I have a funny story. I was sending a text to my gal that does my podcast, and I kept typing, "I'm done," and I hit send, and all of a sudden I looked and I'm like, it says, "I'm fine." And if you guys are, I'm fine. Like I say, I'm fine a lot. And so then I like typed it again, and literally my phone converted it from I'm done to I'm fine. I'm like, does my phone know that I'm just fine? Or that I say it all the time? I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Have you found out yet about shipping to Canada? So at this point, I am going to launch the box here in the US first, and then see how it goes with the US, and then possibly push it out to Canada after that. I have to just figure out the logistics of it, but I will get more information. But so the initial launch there would not be. So I'm very sorry. I don't think I could do, like, another thing too is I don't know if I could do the night. There's just a lot with the logistics of it. So I'll be looking into that after it officially launches and I see how I can manage everything in the US first, then it will go to Canada. Okay. Hey, sorry I'm late. Too many lives at the same time. That's okay. All right, so if we sign up for the reoccurring subscription box and do not want it for a particular month, does the cancel the subscription? You'd cancel the subscription. You would want to cancel it. Like if, let's say you don't want December, I don't know, I'm just picking a month. Let's say you've been getting it, you want to not get December, you would then cancel it. Yes. Because it would just continue on every month otherwise. Okay, let's see here. All right. Well, we are officially caught up. You guys asked a lot of questions. I loved it. We've been on for a little over an hour. So any last questions? Or I think I'm going to wrap it up early today. But gosh, I appreciate all the questions. And let's see here. Lynn from L&J Goods likes to come to the Elkhorn Flea Market, so maybe she would consider your event. I'll have to ask her. That would be a good one, because I've been kind of trying to, figure out somebody that, I've been just tossing about the idea and just trying to figure out, somebody. I wanted somebody more in like the Midwest, so there wasn't a super far distance, but I mean, she's kind of, no. But anyways, so let's see here. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining. Thank you all. I hope you interview Royce. I will be. She is definitely on my list. Can you recap when you post videos, podcasts, etc.? Sure. So so my YouTube videos, you guys, come out every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. And when I was having those internet issues, that was kind of like all over the board. But now we are able to upload and download. And oh, hi, Auntie Sonnet. Oh my gosh, you guys, this might be my brother. Hold that thought. Hey, Brandon, if that's you, guess what? They want you on my podcast. So and everybody, this is my brother's page, Arns Boys Outdoors, over on YouTube. And it is their life as their like outdoor life and what they do. And so they showcase all the things that, like the boys do. So, it's Riker. It's my nephew. Hey guys, it's Riker. Let's see here. Okay, we're back to this question. So every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m., a YouTube video goes live. On Thursdays at 7 a.m., my podcast goes live. And then every Monday, I go live at 6 p.m. on both YouTube and Facebook. And then every Wednesday and Friday, I go live on YouTube and Facebook at 10 a.m. So that is my schedule. But I probably should be maybe I should post something, I don't know, maybe something on like Facebook about it too. So let's see here. There was another question. I did. And Jen is looking at the logistics because she does have a storefront and she participates in the Vintage Shop Hop. So I think she's trying to see if she can find somebody to cover her during that time. So if you guys know anything about the vintage shop hop, it is like crazy busy, and people like just get their shop on and just shop like crazy. So I'm hoping she can logistically make it work. But she said she's checking on it and she's going to get back to me. Weathered Shed, she was the other one that I asked as well. Love Jerry. I met her at the IOD conference. She's right here too in Wisconsin. And I asked both of them because I think they're both crazy talented, Jenna and Jerry. And she is actually getting a larger shop. It's happening right around the same time that the my event is happening. So she's kind of undecided too. I think she really wants to do it, but I don't think that with everything she's got going on, it's going to work. So thank you. Oh, that was nice of you, Andrea. Thank you. Thank you. I love the weather shop. I stop there when I go to Milwaukee. I know she is so super awesome. What does Deidre from Our Upcycled Life? She's in Canada, I believe. I don't know if that would eat, because then she'd have to have a passport to get over the border. Maybe she already has one. But yeah, she would be another good one. But yes, that's a possibility too. But yes, I love, all the suggestions and ideas. Oh yeah. And Sharon is from, I believe she's from Washington as well. So, from the Accidental Art Maker. Let's see here if there's any other comments. I don't see any, but great suggestions. I will definitely be reaching out to Lynn. Yeah, definitely reach out to her, and maybe a couple of the others too, because honestly, you can just ask, and if they want to attend, they want to attend, right? So you guys, thanks so much for celebrating with me my 3-year anniversary. So on Friday, I'm just going to probably wrap up this week with like some type of upcycle of some sort. And then next week, hopefully over the weekend, the snow will be all gone and we can tackle like an outside project. When I say outside, like furniture or some sort. So we'll see. But we'll definitely look at that. Let's see here. How about a viewer contest to be a guest? So it's, and then is that crying? To be a guest. Oh, like to win a ticket, you're saying? Oh, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I'll have to think about that. Definitely. I'll have to think about it. Okay. Cassandra from Pecan Porch Boutique. I have not asked her. I don't even know. I don't think I've ever even heard of her. So I'll have to check into her as well. But anyways, you guys, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys Friday at 10 o'clock. We will be here. And then I will have a video, like a conglomeration video of my past 3 years over on YouTube for you at 5. So I'm going to be working on that tomorrow. I started it. And I've been trying to like figure out exactly, how I wanted to put it together. And so as I was getting ready this morning, I'm like, okay, I can do that. I can do this. So yeah, I will definitely have that all available for you. So yep, stay safe with the snow. Yes, I will. Hopefully, well, I'm not shoveling. Leaving that for the hobby. All right, guys, we'll see you later. We'll see you Friday. Bye.